What's going on, fangirls and fanboys? So glad to have you here for episode 48 of Electric Fan Cave on electricfeast.com. Corrigan Vaughn coming at you with Kristin Latterell this January afternoon, and we're hanging out with Mr. Justin Cavender from our Evil Twin podcast, Geek Legacy. We've got a ton to talk about today. New Kids on the Block, Oscar noms, X-Files, that's right, X-Files news, Benedict Cumberbatch, and much, much more. So let's not waste any more time. Fellas, it is quite a week, isn't it?
It is a week. Quite. What? No. I don't know. Yes, your has been. This is starting out terribly.
Kristin short-circuited just there.
Words are hard, you guys. I think I'm having a stroke.
Yeah. Justin, thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited. I'm a big fan of the show.
Oh, and we're a big fan of yours as well. The great thing is that we tend to talk about very similar topics on our show, and if anyone else overlaps between listening to the Fan Cave and listening to Geek Legacy, you will notice, though, that we have the exact opposite opinions on everything.
Yeah, I know.
We get a bizarro version of us. It's more concise, and it's the complete opposite ideas on everything.
I know, it's nuts. I like that, though. It's fun.
Right. So we'll see if that continues today.
So you can bet we're going to fight for the next hour.
Yeah,
okay.
It's going to be really combative. Except, I mean, I wish that we had some more, like, movie trailers and things to show to really get down to that. But it's more of a pop culture week, if you will. But by way of getting to know you first, Justin, we have a couple top threes to ask you. You know, these are important. We need to know your opinions on things. Kristin, what do we have?
We have for you today, we want to know first your top 3 movies you wish you hadn't seen, had not seen.
Yeah.
And then your top 3 favorite Tom Cruise movies.
Yes.
Ooh. I could go on forever on that one.
Nope,
but you only get 3.
Top
only 3. That's it.
Okay.
So let's start with movies you wish you... Let's start with Tom Cruise, so you can go on forever.
Okay. Days of Thunder, number 1.
All right. You didn't even have to think about that.
No, not at all. Number 2, Top Gun.
Okay.
Yes. Classic.
And number 3...
This is tough.
I really liked Ghost Protocol. That last Mission Impossible.
I love that one.
Yeah,
right?
That was good.
I really enjoyed that. I was wondering if you were going to have any like modern Cruise on this this list.
That's a good one.
Because I mean, I think we've discussed this a little bit before, but post Oprah appearance, basically, I feel like Tom Cruise gets a bad rap as an actor, and he's still so fun to watch.
Yes.
He is. He's a beautiful man. I can't believe I forgot this. I think the whole world has actually forgot this movie and exists, but Edge of Tomorrow was incredible.
Oh my god!
Yeah, holy smokes. That was one of my favorite movies last year, and I'm ashamed of myself for not even remembering to say it in my top 3, because it's a damn good movie.
Honestly, there's a lot to choose from, so I would agree with you on that, because... Yeah. And I liked the 3 that you chose, so it was...
Okay. I like Night and Day, too. I thought that movie was funny.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know why Cameron Diaz gets this rap of not being, like, funny. She's in a lot of really funny movies.
She is funny. I think when she's not doing funny things, I'm not super into her, but she is quite
Well, and that
funny.
was one of those movies where I was like, I will see it. I saw it because I'm like, I love Cameron Diaz. And then I watched it, and I was surprised at how much I liked it. It was way better than I thought it would be. And that's, I think Tom Cruise, too, which I love so much about him, is he does all of his own stunts. So when he's, like, actually jumping off buildings and hanging from,
He's an insurance nightmare. Did you guys know that there's a Bollywood Night and Day?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. And apparently it's really good. I wish I could tell you what the name of it is off the top of my head, but my cohort is like obsessed with it. And they claim that the lead actor in it is a lot hotter than Tom Cruise. So it's got that going for it.
Quite a statement.
So if you like Night and Day,
that's
I know, right? It's a high bar. But if you like Night and Day, you might want to look into the Bollywood one and see if it tickles your fancy. There'll be more singing.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I hate singing.
Oh.
God damn it. I hate singing in anything. I mean, I like to sing, but I hate going to a motion picture show and there being songs.
I mean,
weird.
It depends, but I'm a big fan of singing just in general.
Me too.
Right.
In all dancing, I don't want that in my movies, but singing, I can work with.
What?
And like,
you know this, Kristin.
I always sound like AC/DC, like, in a bad way. I sound like somebody trying to sound like AC/DC. No matter what song it is, it could be a Christmas carol, and it comes out like, it's bad.
Wait, I really want you to sing will you sing
Can
like
we get Silent
White
Night?
Christmas or something?
I can't do that because it'll it'll mess up the audio on the little pocket because it's intense. Like I get all red and crazy.
I would love to see that. That'd make a great viral YouTube video, you know, like guy at church singing Silent Night like AC/DC.
Right. I forgot that Christmas is about church. It's weird.
I didn't know that for most of my life, so, you know, that's you and me both. So then we have the 3 movies you wish you'd never seen.
Oh, man. Okay. So, there's a couple.
There should be 3.
I know. I got some. Hold on. Freaking Killing Them Softly. Did you see that with Brad Pitt?
No, I remember the cover of it, though.
Oh, my God. I shot myself 3 times while I was watching it. It was bad. And then, I think I'm one of the few people on the planet that... What?
I want to know what Killing Them Softly is, though. Like, I don't even know...
Oh, Brad Pitt's like this... he's like a hitman. He, like, works for the mob, and he's, like, a couple of goons, like, rob the mob, and then it's his job to find out, A, who robbed them, and B, take care of it. Okay. Sounds
I don't
fun
see how that could
fast,
fail.
Yeah.
Right?
Is
and
this
it's
recent?
awful. It's so good. It's so bad. Yeah, it came out, like, I don't know, 2 years ago, I guess.
Huh. Yeah, missed that completely. Okay,
Yeah.
number 2.
Number 2 would have to be Shark Tale. Hate it.
Oh, that is a terrible movie.
Is that the cartoon one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a waste of an hour and 20 minutes of your life.
Oh my God.
It's
It
so
is
bad.
God awful.
Oh, man.
So bad.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who's just, like, insulted by that film.
Yeah.
Top 3
And-
worst, yeah.
Okay.
And the last one, how about Pain and Gain? I hated that movie. And I love The Rock, and I love
No!
and I hated it.
How do I hang up on him?
I don't know.
No, don't. It took us long enough to get him on here. We don't want to try and hang up.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I don't like it. I hate it.
I love Pain
Yeah.
and Gain. That is... I referred to it as Michael Bay's magnum opus the other day, and someone was like, how is that even, like... That's not something to aspire to. That doesn't really mean anything. It's the worst crap, or the best crap produced, but... Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah. Not my favorite.
Okay, well...
All right.
Fair enough. I guess I can find it in my heart to forgive you for that.
Okay, appreciate it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Talked about anything yet?
I know. What should we
Might
talk
really
about first,
hate New Kids on the Block, and then we'd be screwed.
Oh,
I guess that'll be really tested. What are your feelings on New Kids on the Block?
Feelings on New Kids on the Block?
they're fun and festive. I like them. Even the guy that sets fires, Johnny something. I want him to burn my name on the side of a mountain. I think
Yes. Oh man, I'm a huge New Kids fan, and they announced this morning, while being the in-house band for, I always want to call it Regis and Kelly. Kelly and Michael.
Them
this
too.
morning. Yes. And Michael Strahan's so fun. I don't know why I forget about him. But Kelly and Michael this morning, they announced they're doing a tour with TLC and Nelly.
Oh, wow.
Is this not a little confusing?
I don't
Is TLC
understand-
going to do like the hologram status?
Maybe.
Or what?
Oh, man. Yeah.
You know, I've actually seen TLC in concert.
No.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I know, this is so crazy.
Incredible.
In
Tell us more.
1992, they opened for freaking Boys to Men and MC Hammer.
No.
Right? Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was his
gosh.
Too Legit tour.
Yes. You broke out the Too Legit.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
can
gosh,
do it.
this is my favorite thing to have ever happened. Okay, go. Keep going. How much did you
Yeah.
love them? Were they wonderful?
It was amazing. Okay, so TLC, they actually came out on Power Wheels. Like all 3 of them. You know, those crazy...
Yes, the
kind
ones
of
for
cars that-
children?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
pow, pow, Power Wheels.
Yeah, they had condoms and Power Wheels. It was quite a combination.
That's highly inappropriate.
That's what they do.
That's got to be a first.
Well, remember, because that was like when schools were under a lot of flack for giving students condoms for like practicing safe sex.
Yeah, okay, that
And
makes
so
sense.
that was like their whole deal.
You know, I vaguely remember that being like a TLC thing. And then isn't like Waterfalls basically like a cautionary tale about safe sex?
Yeah. Otherwise, you get the HIV.
You get the HIV, and then
Or
you disappear
other-
from
Is
the
that
mirror.
what that song is about?
Have you not seen that video?
Yeah.
I have. But apparently it's been years.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a really.
I feel like every
it's a
time I ever
downer.
see it now, it's just like the clip, you know, in like VH1's Best Whatever.
Oh, right,
one of those
where
countdowns,
they're
and they only
dancing on the
show like,
water.
yeah, it's just like that one part where they're in like ankle deep water. I'm like, this is so weird. What's happening here?
Well,
But
the 90s were a weird time.
wow, apparently
Let's be real.
Oh, that's one of those things where I'm like-
not as cool as the 80s. Oh my god. My Pandora is locked on 80s cardio. That's like all I listen to.
80s
cardio.
What is
Yeah.
even on that?
A lot of fun stuff.
Like, are we talking like Rick
Pat
Astley?
Benatar,
Oh, yeah.
like Madonna, Pat Benatar, stuff like that. Good
Oh
stuff.
man,
Wow.
that sounds like a good time. Don't get me wrong, I love me some 80s. I obviously spent most of my life in the 90s or whatever, so I have a affinity for that runs deeper. But I mean, TLC, seeing them when they were a full trio, that had to have been amazing. And Boys to Men, now they only tour as a trio. I saw them 2 years ago, so
who'd they
you
get
saw
rid of?
them intact.
Who did they get rid of?
Well, they still have the tall, skinny guy and the chubby guy. And
This is great. No one knows any of their names. Good job, team.
one of them's name is Sean. I remember that much. I couldn't tell you.
Isn't
the
there a
name.
Mike? There's a Mike too, because I remember in the song
You guys
was
are just saying names now.
there was a girl. No, there was a girl that goes Mike in the song, and I was like, oh, who's that guy? That's
Mike, way to go, Mike.
Okay, it was Sean Stockman,
Okay.
Nathan Morris, Michael McCary, Michael McCary, and Wanya Morris.
That's the... Wait,
Wanya?
did you say 3 or 4 names just there?
4.
Okay.
Those were
Which-
the original 4.
I
I'm
want to
assuming.
say that the Wanya is
Wanya?
not there. Is not there anymore. Because I don't remember them introducing someone.
No,
with a name
Boys
like
to
that.
Men dishes on Mike, their estranged 4th
Oh.
member.
Oh, okay. Well, the
Huffington
one
Post,
Justin remembered.
October 2014.
of course, of
Yeah.
course.
Justin's buddy Mike is outside.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mike.
I remember like high school dances ending with like "End of the Road." The fun last song
Oh,
of the
yeah.
night was "End of the Road."
Yeah, you want to know a weird thing is that I went to a middle school dance, and of all songs, I remember slow dancing to this. They played Mama. Like, of all Boys to Men songs, they played Mama.
Seems
It's like they wanted to remind us, like, you're kids, let's not get too into it. Like,
Right.
because your mom is watching you. From
yeah,
outside,
exactly. She's
so.
going to be here to pick you up in 5 minutes. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's shit.
Oh.
But that would have been amazing. And now, I assume you have not seen New Kids on the Block or Nelly.
No, I have not. But I would not say no to tickets if I won them on the radio for being caller 6,000 or whatever.
Like, seriously, how weird. Like, if you really think about it, these 3 groups didn't really coexist with each other, even. They're not from the same time frame. Like, Nelly's, like, early aughts.
Yeah.
The TLC's mid-90s, and New Kids on the Block are, like, late 80s, early 90s. So this is such a strange, like, they just want to get everybody.
Right. And then I think Jordan and the other guy. Is there like who's McIntyre? The little
Joey.
is that
It's
Joey.
Joey? Okay, he's the high pitched guy, right? That
Yes.
don't go girl.
Please
guy.
don't
Okay, yeah.
go, girl.
So those two kind of had like a resurgence in the 90s.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember they had songs.
I had their
again.
albums.
Yeah.
Yeah, I once made the mistake of trying to sing that Jordan Knight song at karaoke and quickly realized it's really dirty. It is a
Oh yeah.
filthy, filthy song. Kristin, you were there for that, weren't you?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I just remember looking down at my friends and all of them being like, no!
Yeah.
Stop! Change the words! Do something! Anything! And I also recently just saw Jordan and Nick Carter in concert. 'Cause
Oh,
they
wow.
toured together. I'm kind of
Obviously.
a boy band person. So
Me too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I shave like I put little shapes in my facial hair and like I'm in a boy band.
it's the AJ McLean kind of thing going on.
It doesn't work, but I try it.
You don't do this after you bick your head, do you?
So,
Shapes, no hair.
yeah.
It's a great look.
So,
So that's happening. Tickets are going on sale. There's like a Facebook bracelet sale January 28th. So if you're like me, you don't want to miss that. You better get on it, and then we can talk about it. Also today, we saw a clip from, was it Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know if you got a chance to watch this or not, Justin. Did you see Benedict Cumberbatch testing out new names?
no, I did not see that.
It's
Kristin,
it's
you want to
pretty
delve
wonderful.
into...
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel basically sets it up by saying that Benedict Cumberbatch has the best name ever created in the history of time. And that he's like, but he wouldn't work if his name wasn't Benedict Cumberbatch, and so they have him try out new names. But essentially, what he's doing is like hitting on someone at a bar, and so he keeps like sliding into frame, being like, "Hi, I'm Chad," in his like deep British accent. He's like, "Hi, I'm Queen Latifah," and
Yeah.
like just saying the most ridiculous things. Or
I
like
think
George
my favorite
Costanza.
was my favorite was Jeff.
Yeah.
Just something so simple and wonderful about him pulling up and being like, "Hello, I'm Jeff."
Nice.
Oh, it's
It was pretty great.
And
In the beginning, I didn't think he was going to be able to hold it together. He seemed to be laughing pretty hard.
He was losing it.
But as women, would you be kind of intrigued if a British man came up to you and just started talking to you? Would his accent just be like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?
Yep.
What's your story? Tell me all about you. Where are you coming from?"
Yes, actually, just like that. It's actually exactly how we sound, and we do this.
That's about it. You basically just like did the girls from Love Actually, like the American girls in the bar.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's
Oh my
true.
God, what's this table?
And he's a Christian.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I like that movie. I was talking about it the other day. I was like, I like that movie where Colin Firth is learning how to speak. And they're like, King's Speech? I'm like, no, the other one where he's like trying to speak like Portuguese or something.
I totally would have gone with Love Actually if you had described it that way and not King's Speech. It wouldn't have even crossed my mind. Oh, that's great. And that scene, like, at the end when they're, like, going through the town, there's, like, a rumor that he's going to go murder the girl, so the whole town
goes to watch.
Goes to watch. As you do. I love
so
it.
good. So good.
But yeah,
Colin
Benedict Cumberbatch is just... Oh, I'm sorry. On the note of Colin Firth, BT dubs, I'm obsessed with the British boy band Take That, and they just released a new music video with clips from Kingsman.
Oh, are they doing the theme song for it?
I mean, I don't know if movies really have theme songs per se, but...
Sure they do.
They usually have scores, especially movies like that.
No, like the Lego movie had Everything Is Awesome.
That's a children's movie.
James Bond always has a theme song.
I feel like you're using like really specific.
There was Arthur's theme, but that's like circa 1982. So I don't know if that helps anybody.
When you said Arthur, I was thinking like, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. You're both too old to know what that is, I assume.
That's why I had to qualify it with circa 1982.
Yeah. I'm too old for Arthur, but I like watching kids shows on PBS. So that was the one I was referring to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kingsman, have you guys seen trailers for that though?
Yes.
I'm excited.
Justin probably hates it.
Yeah.
No way, man. I like it.
Hey, look, we're agreeing on something.
Oh, I know.
This is incredible. This is one for the books.
Oh, man.
It's Matthew Vaughn, for one thing. And, well, I loved Days of Future Past, and what was the other one that Matthew Vaughn did? I'm trying to think. He did something else. And
that's right.
So I feel... What did you say?
Did he do Kick-Ass?
Kick-Ass, that's it. Which I actually haven't watched. It's on my shelf, but I've never seen it. But yeah, so I'm stoked on this, and the video made me really excited for it.
Cool.
So hopefully
Sorry, I think you'll get a trailer for Fantastic Four if you go see...
if you see Kingsman?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we were on the verge of that already.
Didn't know we were on the verge of that either. When does Kingsman come out?
I'm sure it's just a number 4, and it's like, oh...
really good.
Sometime between now and your death or something.
It's like on fire or something.
That's
exactly.
a really good point. That's probably exactly what it is. Someday you will see this movie, potentially. But now that's good to know. I mean, I would have gone and seen it anyway, but that's something. So on the topic of movies, though, the Oscar nominations came out.
Heyo.
This is, for me, one of the more underwhelming years of Oscar nominations. What about you guys?
I don't usually care all that much because I usually have never seen one of the movies that's nominated. I'm like those people. Do you remember that one? It was like it was one of the late night guys, and they did that whole gag on like they asked people on the street like, oh, whatever the nominated movies were, like, oh, did you see whatever Life is Beautiful? They're like, no, I didn't. Did you see White Chicks? Oh, totally saw White Chicks. I loved it, you know. So I'm that person who sees like all the terrible. I'm like, sometimes I get one in. Mm-hmm. So I'm usually underwhelmed by what's nominated.
That's fair.
This time I've actually seen 2, so this is probably like a record for me of how many I've actually seen.
That is impressive. What about you, Justin?
Yeah, she actually has twice as many movies on there that I've seen. I've seen? Grand Budapest Hotel, which is funny that this is nominated because it's actually my least favorite Wes Anderson movie. And that's not to say that it's bad. It's just my least favorite out of all of them. Yeah.
This is where we do our divergence. Where this is my favorite Wes Anderson movie ever.
Okay, see, for me, Royal Tenenbaums is it. Like, that is one of my all-time favorite movies. I adore that movie, and
Yeah.
I was actually sad to hear that Gene Hackman was a bit of a dick.
I know. I recently read
whilst making.
That's
Yeah.
disappointing.
Wait, Gene Hackman?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that makes me. I didn't even see that movie. That makes me sad because I love him.
He's old
broke
and
my-
grumpy, and
Yeah.
he's been retired for a million years after Welcome to Mooseport, right?
Right.
He probably had to
Forgot about-
retire after Welcome.
Yeah,
to
it's just
Mooseport.
like, forget it, I'm done here. Here's my
Yeah.
thing: is normally with Wes Anderson movies, the first time I watch them, I hate them, and then the second time, I love them. So I do love Royal Tenenbaums and everything. But Grand Budapest is the first one where I watched it once and was like, this is my jam.
Well, there you go.
There
This
you
is
go.
my
But that's, I
Oh.
think, Grand Budapest and Birdman are the only ones that I've seen on
Oh,
this.
did you like Birdman?
It was alright. I think, I mean, like, everybody loved it, and so I feel like I'm supposed to, and the performances were great and everything. It was just, hey, dog.
Yeah. Oh,
It's just looking all serious back there. But yeah,
he's like, what are you doing?
it has great performances and everything, and like it's cool looking, but I just didn't. I don't know. It was meh. White rich people problems movie, and there you go. That's Hollywood right now. Laddie, you saw American Sniper, right?
I did. Yeah, I saw it on Thursday.
So
It's
how
very
was
It's very stressful.
how was No Neck in it?
Dude, No Neck was really, really good. Actually,
I'm sure.
I mean, not only obviously physically, he looked so different, but just like the way that he talked, and I don't know, I thought he did a really good job. The movie is just very, oh my gosh, it's very stressful.
Yeah.
Like I spent the whole movie like all like just tense, and then after we left, me and my friends like I can't relax, like I can't, and like the way that it ends is so awful. It's just so awful. You're just like, this is miserable, and it makes
does
you
it end with his death?
Yeah, but it does it. Yes, I mean, and obviously it's just one of those just sad. It was just sad, you know. Like he goes through like 4 tours, he goes through all these terrible things, and yeah, I mean, I didn't read his book, so I don't know how. Apparently, the stories, Corey, I think you had posted something that the way that they portrayed him in the movie is very different than how he was in real life.
Right.
So for me, I'm thinking like, how sad, like this poor guy who was like, you know, tried so hard to like save people, and like that's what it seemed. They made him about saving people, not. But he seems actually very opposite of that. So now that I'm now that I like know his story a little bit more, I'm like, well, I guess I was kind of inaccurate, but
it's like one of those
and I
movies
know
that's
that-
maybe better if you don't know anything about the real person.
totally, because the way you're watching it and you're just like, for me, you just feel so bad for him, and like just the things that he's going through, and like especially some of the shots that he takes that that they're showing, you're like, oh gosh, that would just be really hard.
Right.
And then I thought it was interesting for me is he kind of has like a counterpart in the movie that they trace, who's like basically the like the him, right? And so they also show him like at home with his family. So like he gets a phone call, like that, you know, they call him the legend or whatever, and there's like a bounty on Chris Kyle's head, and this guy gets like a phone call, and you see his wife like with a young baby, and he's like packing up his stuff to go, and it's just such an interesting, I don't know, just very interesting the way they, and they didn't go a lot obviously into that guy's family life because it wasn't about him, but just even that short glimpse, I'm like, that's so interesting. Like you don't even think about, because usually I feel like they're just so painted as being so terrible. I'm like, this guy had a family too. Like his wife was worried for him when he was leaving to go, and he wasn't even going halfway across the world. He's going, you know, around the corner or wherever it was that he was going. But
yeah,
so
that
for
sounds
me,
very different than what the book reads.
yeah, very different than what the book reads. So I was a little bit bummed about that. I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. And then also some of the feedback that people were having. I was like, that was my last thought as I'm watching it. I'm thinking, this is terrible. We should stop sending people to war. Like this is miserable.
Did you see that, Justin? That like people were basically like, now I want to go kill some Arabs and Muslims and things like that after.
No, I did not see that.
It's crazy. Like who goes to a movie and like comes out afterwards and that's what they think? Like, oh, that was so moving. I need to go kill some Muslims.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was anyway.
People
for me,
are
it's
crazy.
Like, yeah. And it's like for me, I'm like, we should be talking about like this like the guy that he was trying to help who ended up killing him. Like, let's talk about like what war did to him. And there's some on the, I don't know. It's just one of those. It just leaves you feeling crappy when you leave. Essentially, it's what it does.
It's a real feel-good movie.
If you're looking for a feel-good movie, I would not see it because you leave feeling pretty crappy. But I thought Bradley Cooper did a really good job.
That's what I've heard pretty much across the board is that, Bradley Cooper is great in it.
Is he No Neck? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
No Neck.
Because he bulked up so much. I was reading a story about it. He had to gain 40 pounds in 10 weeks.
Oh, man.
But it had to be and he was talking about it had to be of muscle. He's like, but he wasn't ripped. Chris Kyle was just he's a bear. So it's 40 pounds of heavy lifting and trying to do all this stuff. And he was coming off of because Bradley Cooper's 185. So he had to pack on 40 pounds. He's meeting with the trainer. He's got some back problems and some issues. So the trainer's trying to work with that and get him up to this crazy weight. And you're just ugh. That's not a long time to kind of do a physical transformation and then try and get ready. I think, too, just for the emotional repercussions of doing a role like that, of all of the people he was, just the killings he's doing. And some of the people he kills in there are women and children. And you're this is terrible. We should not be doing this.
We should probably stop that,
Yeah. Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah. Which I think is probably what the filmmakers wanted you to take out of it.
Yeah, I think so too. So it was so sad to hear that because I'm but there's such a better discussion we could be having about this, and this is the discussion now that this is what's gonna be left with it, are these people,
Right.
When we could have an actual constructive discussion about war and the things that people are forced to do, and I don't know. So
I always find that a lot of times movies, maybe it's just because they have a short period of time to do this, when they do try to briefly humanize the enemy or whatever, it's so quick that it may be lost on people, as opposed to something like the show that we watch constantly, Band of Brothers, where the Pacific, where you're no, you really kind of you get it. You get that this sucks for both sides of this conflict and nobody wants to be doing this and things like that. So, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. And the other thing about this Oscars, you've got American Sniper, which it's problematic in its own ways, but seems to be, good in others. Then you've got this Selma thing that gets a nomination for Best Picture without
anything else.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Have you? Well, neither of you have seen it.
It seems like just one of those, we better add this so people don't say something.
Yeah. This is, it's getting a little white in here. Why don't we put Selma?
People talk.
Yeah.
Well, and then someone posted that article about the president or chairman, whatever you call her. And I read it, and it was honestly like reading with that Jaden Smith article.
Did you read that, Justin, when Jaden and Willow Smith, had an interview a few weeks ago, and it's just, some bizarre new agey philosophy filtered through the lens of 14-year-olds.
No, I did
rich 14-year-olds.
Yeah, it is. You have to read it because
you really need to read it.
I will do that. I'll make it my mission.
You really need to. Anyway, but and her answers to all the questions. I read them 3 times, and I don't understand what you're.
Yeah, because basically the chairman of the motion picture. What do they call it? I don't know. Whoever runs the Oscars. She is no, there's no diversity problem here, when people are oh, but Selma didn't direct itself or things like that. And her answers are just so bizarrely, it's she's answering some different question.
Right.
Than what they're asking her. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. And that's the thing is, we were having a conversation during the Golden Globes, and, someone brought up, even putting Selma or, Transparent, the TV show, in these things is just, a PC move anyway. It's not because they're better than anything. They're it puts things in such a weird position when it's, to even nominate them in the first place is, just giving, a little, high five, black people, or whatever. Right. And it's when you don't nominate the other parts of it, it adds to that sense that things are only PC nominations,
Right.
Right.
I don't know.
And then, I don't know, do you think that there's even a flip side to that too, though? Where, Precious. Remember when that came out? Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire? God, that was burned into my head. I actually
wasn't sure what movie you were talking about until
until you elaborated.
God, right? And that movie, they just kept getting recognized at the Academy Awards. It's holy shit, man, this movie is just, it's so in my face, and I felt like it was forced down my throat in a way. Right. I don't know. The movie was intense, and back to the whole listening to Morrissey and cutting myself the entire time I'm watching it. It probably wins the award for most depressing movie short of like since like Schindler's List, right?
Yeah,
it was
basically.
so bad. I felt so sorry for this poor girl.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
like,
just
oh my God,
supposed to be miserable after watching
your
that. There
mother
is no
a
hope in the
terrible
world.
person. Oh my God, I hate this. Yeah, and it's like 2 hours of just torture. It's
Yeah.
like, this is like a snuff film without someone actually dying. This is like pre-snuff. It was bad. And I felt like that was just shoved down my throat.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
it's not. I hate the Academy Awards. I used to love it, and I watched every single thing. I'd watch Joan Rivers on the red carpet, and it was just part of my day, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened. At some point, I just quit caring.
Yeah. And to tell you the truth, I like the Golden Globes more than Oscars anyway, because people are drinking. So they're a lot more fun to watch. I feel like they're more in touch with reality, even though they're still kind of crazy. And they have TV, which is more interesting to me in the first place anyway. So, Oscars.
I think both are really boring. So,
well.
Oh, yeah. Award shows are terrible.
If I'm going to watch something, I'm going to watch the Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Awards, because at least someone gets slime dumped on them at some point, you guys.
Do they still do that?
Whoever gets nominated for Best Kiss, they always make out up on the stage. I always think it's so awkward.
It's weird.
And it's always so awkward. It's amazing. Like, no one can do it in a non-awkward way, and I love it.
Is that Teen Choice, or is that MTV?
Oh, maybe it is the Teen Choice Awards.
I think that might be MTV Movie Awards, not Nickelodeon or Teen Choice, something like that.
Whatever when they do when they're like purposely trying to be ridiculous and like make you watch it and be crazy. What is that noise?
I think my phone is ringing and it's hooked into a Bluetooth thing right now because I was listening to a podcast while in the shower. It's like,
I'll do it.
So that's what that Bluetooth.
Yeah, MTV is Best Kiss and Teen's Choice is like Best Heavy Petting. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, those are weird award shows. But the last year's Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards had like a weird host, like Donnie Wahlberg or something like that was just like wildly inappropriate for the age group. You know, like, do people even know who this person is? So of course I watched. I feel like that might have been who it was. It was just so weird. But you're right. That's a way better awards show to watch.
Totally.
Is that where you get the surfboard trophy?
Is that that's People's Choice or Teen's
Teen
Choice?
Choice. Kids' Choice, you get the blimp. Teen Choice,
yes.
Yeah. I'm like, what the F are you going to do with a surfboard? Do people actually use a surfboard? I think that would be amazing.
That would be amazing. But it's like, that's really hard to you can't display it. Not that anyone wants to display their Teen Choice Award.
But you can't even put that in a cupboard somewhere. Like, I don't care about
put it in your car.
Just permanently on the roof of your car. It's like, I want a Teen Choice Award.
Propped up sideways, though, so that people can read it. You don't want it flat. They want to be able to see it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So there's the Oscars you lose is what we're saying. But you know what's kind of awesome is that maybe there's gonna be an X-Files mini series.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I say it's kind of awesome, but then also there's 2 X-Files movies that should give me pause right? about this. Yeah.
I was not an X-Files person, so I don't know what people feel about that.
Now, did you watch X-Files and you didn't like it, or you've just never
I just was never. It was just never a thing I was into.
I've been rewatching. It's glorious. Justin, did you watch X-Files?
I did. I remember when it premiered. Actually, I was at remember VCRs. Remember when those were a thing?
Yeah, those.
I had to set my timer because I was at a high school football game, and it was on Friday nights of all days. It was like Fridays at 9 when it started.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it changed days, but I remember going home and like, oh my God, I gotta watch this X-Files show. There was
That's
one
what he sounded like
season.
in 1994.
Oh, I know, right? There was one episode in the first season where like it's in I think the episode was called Ice or something where
that's
and there's like these little worms. Yeah, and there's like these little worms that go into your skin and it's all gross and I just hate that idea. And, I don't like snow and I don't like things under my skin.
This is my worst nightmare. Levels. That was such a great episode though, because in that one it's like the ultimate really first super emotional Mulder and Scully episode where you're just like, these two.
He's like, I like those shoulder pads.
Those shoulder pads are working for me.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Oh man. So there are talks that Fox is discussing about bringing an X-Files miniseries to TV, but there's no real details to it. It's just a thing that may be happening along with, now we also have the renewed talk of Heroes. That's like
a legit thing. Like Zachary Levi's been cast as to be in it or something.
I guess. Why though?
I don't know. I thought everyone hated it. It got really lame.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Maybe they're trying to redeem it or something.
They first made that like the announcement that it was coming back. I think was like during
it was
the
years
Super
ago.
Bowl last year.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like going to be like oh hey, we're bringing it back for this little thing, and everyone's like, don't.
Yeah, maybe don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that then, like, because I hadn't heard anything about it, I was like, they must have realized this is a terrible choice and decided not to. But in this article, I mean, we're talking about bringing back Heroes, and that's in process and whatever, and that's doing its thing. And then also 24, the show that will not die, and Prison Break, of all things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is this impulse to...
Can they not think of anything?
Yeah, why remake the same shows or add... I don't... It's
did
not
it
even
start
remaking.
because didn't the 24 miniseries do really well?
Oh, yeah.
Or did it not? It did, right?
It did
so that
great.
must have... I'm assuming that's what it is. It's like, that did really well, so let's try it with every other show that's ever stopped, ever. You know?
I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm like, just give me something new. I'd rather watch something new than...
Yeah, especially it's like if a show was like people were super into it, it was like peak popularity, and for whatever reason it got canceled, and it was on a cliffhanger,
like
then
Pushing
okay.
Daisies. Sorry,
like Pushing Daisies. You know, give me that final like closure or whatever. That's fine. You can bring it back for that, which we will be getting with the Pushing Daisies movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like if it was like they said about Prison Break, it wrapped up.
Yeah,
It was done. Or if, like, Heroes, it got run into the ground and was a terrible show, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't understand television and Hollywood and what gets made. Like, there's so many stories out there. Why just
I feel like lately this season, there's been so many good shows. Like, clearly there's people out there who can think of good things.
Yeah. Where's the disconnect here?
Yeah.
I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just don't know.
Hey guys, cut it out, TV people.
Yeah. Do something.
That's why I like Amazon. They have the model where they make the pilots and then they let the people decide which shows work and which ones don't.
Yeah. Although I was so mad the first time they did that, they really didn't listen to people on it. But I feel like they're doing better since then. And obviously Transparent is a huge hit.
Yeah. I like Tambor.
Yeah. You really can't go wrong with old Jeffrey Tambor. Old Uncle Jeff. He's good people. Should we head into the Chris Pratt corner? This week in Chris Pratt, fellas. We have, for one thing, are you a football fan, Justin?
I am one. Yeah, short answer, yes.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite team? Who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl?
Okay, so someone that lives here in Seattle.
Yep.
I didn't know that's where you were located.
I'm a Chargers fan. I hate the Seahawks more than anything. And when the Chargers beat them at the beginning of the season, I was like, that's it. You got to give them your rings, guys. That's it. You're done. As far as I'm concerned, Chargers are Super Bowl champions.
To be honest, I'm not even sure where the Chargers... Is that San Diego?
San Diego.
Yes.
Come on, Corey. Come on.
And,
I don't know football.
Oh, it's so
Neither
hard.
do I, but I at least memorize where the teams are so I can know what people are talking about.
It's hard being a Charger fan, I'll tell you what.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my favorite team at this point is any team playing the goddamn Seahawks.
Okay.
I don't even know what a Seahawk is.
Nope.
I don't care to know.
I don't think it's a real animal.
Yeah, and I love animals. I want to sing to them and do chores together, but I don't know what a Seahawk is.
You want to sing to them in AC/DC voice and do chores
Yeah, and
together.
just like sweep, bake some things. I don't know.
Sing a happy little working song.
Was that your AC/DC impression, Corey?
No, that was just a gruff. I don't know what it was.
Okay, that was
I would have to scream to do AC/DC in here, and I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Seahawks, obviously, as you have just mentioned, and the Pats are in the Super Bowl, which pits Chris Pratt, our Star-Lord, versus Chris Evans.
Our second favorite Chris.
Favorite Chris.
Mr. Evans Beard himself. Lord Evans Beard himself.
Lord Evans Beard. Against each other, because obviously a Boston man, he's a Pats fan. And they had a fantastic conversation about this over Twitter. Do you guys have it up on your screens?
Yeah.
Sure, I can pull it up.
You pull that up right now, because I'm casting this right now. Justin, I would like for you to do your best Chris Evans, and Kristin for you to do your best Chris Pratt, and read us those combative tweets.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Kristin's
Okay.
in.
Hold Shit. Okay. This is a lot easier to read on my phone. I don't see the tweets. Like, they were, like, embedded on my phone.
Oh,
but I want to
no.
pull it up on my...
Come on, internet, don't fail us. This is, and to preface it, basically, because this is a rivalry now, these two had a Twitter exchange. Probably will still be unfolding throughout the days leading to the Super Bowl, or weeks. I don't even know when the Super Bowl is.
February 1st.
Okay, until February 1st. I'm sure we'll see more of them. But the first exchange of trash talk has begun between the two of them, and it's pretty amazing.
Wait, are we not reading them?
I think Justin's trying
Well,
to pull
I mean,
them
I
up.
see, like, the actual quote, but I don't see, like, all the hashtag stuff. It was, like, embedded on my phone before, and it looked cooler. Hold on, I can find it.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can do it.
I never close anything. Hold on.
This is every time I pull up my phone and I go to the browser, I'm like, I have 74 tabs. I should probably
Yeah.
close
some of these out.
I'm like an old person. My iPhone figures out tips, and I never close anything.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Okay.
All right, are we ready?
Are we ready? Am I starting this?
I'm like so nervous. Okay.
Okay.
My right pit is sweating, but I'm ready. Go.
All right. Well. At Pratt. Looks like our teams are going into battle. For the next 2 weeks, you are not my friend, you are my enemy.
Chris Evans, we both know there's only one Captain America, and his name is Russell Wilson. Hashtag Super Bowl bound. Hashtag lob. Hashtag repeat.
Shit. And then Chris Evans says, I don't know internet speak. What is lob?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, okay.
I think it's like you lob the ball,
Yeah, I
right?
feel like that was a football reference, not an internet.
Or Lords of
I'm
the
like-
Ball.
Yeah, what's LOB mean? I don't get
I
it.
think you guys are overthinking it.
Urban Dictionary? What is lob? Okay, and then at Pratt. Them's fighting words. Steaks, hashtag, what's a Seahawk anyway, and something Tom Brady hunts.
That's pretty good. Was that the end of the conversation so far?
Yeah, that was it.
So,
Yeah,
Pratt hasn't responded, but when he does, it'll be good.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about Chris Pratt's hashtag game? It's just always so strong.
It's always on point.
It's ridiculous. It's usually like full sentences and just a weird stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that went down, and I'm excited to see how this unfolds. Like I'm invested in the Super Bowl in a way that I haven't been before.
I know. I was really sad because Bruno Mars isn't going to be performing this year, because apparently I guess you don't do the same person 2 years in a row.
They
So-
should.
This is my new, favorite thing about the Super Bowl now. I'm like, sweet, now I can look forward to this little battle that's going on.
Who is playing the Super Bowl?
I think Katy Perry or
No,
something.
I don't care. If it's not Bruno Mars, I don't care.
I know.
That guy was so good last year. I still watch it sometimes on YouTube. That's how much I loved it.
And Uptown
Really?
Funk. Like, come on.
I
We
know!
all want to see that.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh.
Man, have you ever seen this performed, Justin?
It's
Uptown
so good.
Funk? You have to like look up the SNL performance, or was it on
The
Ellen?
video.
Where he had,
Or the video. Just
Or
watch
the
the
video.
video.
But was it on Ellen that he had the whole audience involved?
I don't remember.
He just did one performance on some talk show where it's like they basically taught the audience the dance moves. And so they do the whole thing together, and it's
So
gorgeous.
good.
I like songs with instructions. They
Right?
help me out a lot. Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. Tell me to slide to the left, I will slide to the left, you know? If I need to
Yeah.
jump, I'll jump. I'm for
Or
it.
dip, baby, dip, baby.
Oh my god. I
That's
put
a
my
good-
hand upon your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, that was a futuristic video back in the day with the weird Alex Mackey looking blob thing in it. Do you remember that?
I do.
That's great. And then another thing, let's see, Chris Pratt.
Well, yeah.
Oh, nope, go ahead, Kristin.
I was just going to say, in addition to the Super Bowl thing, Brienne, our friend, had posted on our Electric Fan Cave page that her favorite person in the world is Macklemore. And so there was a picture, and it was Macklemore and Chris Pratt at the Seahawks game. And I don't know who that other guy is. Was that the
I was
Ryan
like,
Lewis
should
guy?
I know? That was my thought. I was like, should I know who this guy is? Is that Ryan Lewis?
I don't know. Okay. And some third unknown person
Yeah.
in this, excited picture about being at the Seahawks game, which was just adorable in itself.
So we would be remiss
So-
not to mention that.
We would be
For
remiss not
Brienne.
to. And then plus one of the Seahawks players, I think, tweeted, "Did anyone see Star-Lord at the game?" or something.
No
and so
way.
Chris Pratt was like, "Yeah!"
Oh my gosh.
Which was cool. So
one of the great things also about Chris Pratt is like his Facebook page. He Facebooks just like any dude would Facebook. And so if he likes something, he's just like, ha ha ha, this made me laugh. Like, you know, like it's always something so like banal like that. It's just like, you know, your bro-y friend from next door posted it, which is my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, so it was pretty good. And then also we get our weekly dose of Chris Pratt now because Parks and Rec is back on Tuesday nights, which is exciting. And so if you guys are if you're not Parks and Rec fans, you should catch up. Do you watch it, Justin? Parks and
Oh
Rec?
yeah, of course.
Oh, good.
Good.
Phew.
Yeah.
I love Chris Pratt. I'm with you guys. In fact, one time I had like this total George McFly moment. He was standing in a corner just after the Guardians of the Galaxy press conference at Comic-Con in 2013.
Oh my god.
And excuse me. And he was just standing in a corner, and Dave, one of my co-hosts on Geek Legacy, he's like, dude, just go over there and talk to him, get your picture taken. And I'm like, I don't know if I can handle that kind of rejection. Oh, it was terrible. He was doing nothing. He was literally just
and it's Chris
standing in the
Pratt.
corner.
He would have been like, cool, man.
I know. And
You could be best friends now.
I know. And now it's one of those things where I will probably regret it for the rest of my life, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to crush your spirits, but I agree. You will regret that for the rest of your life.
No, I know.
I'm going to regret it too because I thought that story was going another way at first.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were going to say, actually, and then I went and said hi to him. And then he changed my mind.
Yeah, he
I'm
started
like
with
staring
George
at this
McFly.
photo of him, and I'm like naming his abs. There's like a bunch of them.
It's his face right now. Sorry, what?
Wow, even I haven't gone that far. Justin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Beautiful man. Beautiful man.
Beautiful man. And I did catch up on Parks and Rec because I missed the first 2 episodes when they aired. I don't like that they're doing this 2 episodes a week thing.
Yeah.
Because it's
stretch
just
it out.
ending quicker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, like, what do they have lined up that they need to get to so quickly, you know? Just give me more Parks and Rec forever. Yeah. And that's all. But it started out on a strong note. Little John Hamm action in it and whatnot.
Yeah. That guy's in everything. He just shows up.
He does. He's just like, he is Hollywood's best friend. Everybody loves him. He is.
And apparently he's game for anything. They'll just ask him to do stuff. He's like, yeah, sure.
Guy has no shame whatsoever. He must have been the coolest teacher. Because, you know, like, he was a teacher before he went into acting.
No, but he was definitely the teacher everyone was in love with.
Oh, psh.
There's definitely every girl was writing "I love you" on her eyelids.
Yeah, straight Indiana Jones status.
Yeah.
And the last bit from our Chris Pratt corner is simply that you all should check out the 8-bit Guardians of the Galaxy video, which we will link to on the blog. The music in and of itself is worth it, right?
Yeah, totally. Definitely.
I don't know what it is about 8-bit music that for some reason I love it. Like, I could just sit and listen to it, and that's weird, but I like it.
Oh man, I made a chip tune the other day. It was last Monday. It was like an 8-second loop.
Just for the heck of it?
And it took me 2.5 hours. Yeah.
This is why I don't do music.
Oh man, I did first I did the bass line, then I added the drums, then I added the melody, and when I hit play, it sounded like I just gave 10 kids a bunch of different random instruments that had never played anything before and just said, go. And it was so bad. My little doggy, she's like, I gotta get out of here. She just left.
You know it's bad when, like, the dog walks out. Just like, you know what? Peace.
I retooled it, and now it sounds okay, but it's 8 seconds of my life that was really 2.5 hours that I'll never get back.
I guess that's just one of those things. You get into, like, a hobby mode, and you're like, I'm just gonna do this. Why not?
Right.
And it seems like a good idea at the time, then 2.5 hours later, you're just like, well, it's too late to turn back.
Yeah, I was committed. There was no way I was going to stop. I was going to lay this track down. That's all there was to it.
This 8 seconds is going to be dope.
We'll just loop it a couple times, who knows? 24 seconds, that's impressive.
Yeah, I don't have the patience for that. Editing the podcast is more than enough for me. Mm-hmm. I think the last thing we have to talk about here is a news item. A very strange news item this week.
I don't even want to... Okay, fine.
Like, Kristin doesn't want to acknowledge this is the people like this.
I feel like if we acknowledge it, then we give it power. over us.
Like Voldemort.
Yeah.
It's this mother in England. She invited, kids to some sort of fun, snowy birthday party for her child that involved, like, tubing and winter activities or whatever. And this other kid didn't show up, so she sent the parents an invoice for $14.95 for not showing up, like a no-show fee.
That's awesome.
No.
By the way, where's my $15?
Right? That's so, like, what's that movie? I was about to say Anything, but it's not what I mean. $2.
Better Off Dead. I want my $2.
Right? What in the world? My first question... Oh, no, go ahead, Kristin. I want to hear your rant on this.
I'm just going to probably spew nonsensical words at this point. Go.
Which is always a favorite. My first question, though, is whenever these things show up in the news, like, how does the news get wind of this? Is the first thing you do when something bananas happens to you go, like, I need to call Channel 2.
Yeah.
Like, I just need to talk to somebody about this. News? It's so weird.
I don't even know what you do. I don't even know why you would... I just... makes me so angry. Because here's the thing. First of all, now this kid's like a pariah at his school because he didn't go to the birthday party. And everyone's talking about how terrible he is because now he has an invoice from his friend. Now, granted, I can understand it. It is frustrating when someone says they're going to be there and then doesn't show up.
Sure.
Totally. I grant you that. But this would just never cross my mind as a thing. And the parents are like threatening legal action over $14.90 or $15.95 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is less than it's not like this was some huge hundreds of dollars and and damages and the poor young kid is having psychological issues because Alex didn't show up at his birthday party. Like, what are you kidding me? Yeah. Who cares? Who cares? And if it was really that big of a deal, when you talk, because they talked to the parents in person saying, yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. I feel like it would have been a really great thing to say, like, hey, by the way, like, we're putting out money for this, so if you can't come, let us know, because otherwise we're paying for your child's snow sled or whatever. Because I feel like that makes a difference, and if the parents knew that, had known, like,
Because I would have assumed, like, oh, it's just, like, a group rate, and, like, everybody's going, so if I don't show, like...
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Right.
And what kind of... I don't know what kind of invite you do that doesn't have, like, a phone number to call, the mom was saying, or whatever, and I'm like... Yeah, and you're threatening legal action over this? Like, is this really worth it? I mean, I won't, but I almost want to send her $20 in the mail and be like, it's fine. Just, here.
Well, what you got to do is you got to put it on a giant check and show up at their front door like Publishers Clearinghouse and have like balloons and have like this whole spectacle.
Yeah. Here's your 15 quid, lady. Have fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry? What?
Yeah, it's just so insane. And the woman, like, because... I'm guessing it was the mom who received the invoice who posted their Facebook messages.
Yeah.
And they're just like she's basically trying to be reasonable. Like, I'm sorry, if I had known there was like a fee, I totally would have paid it, but there was no mention of it. And, and the other woman is just like adamant. And she even she's like, this isn't the first time your kid hasn't shown up for something. Like, what are you, like the birthday party police?
Right.
Like, you're taking notes? Who didn't show up to people's birthday parties?
It's baffling. This is a baffling story to me. Yeah.
And I would say, like, you're saying the kid who received the invoice being the pariah. I would worry about the one whose mom sent it.
It's crazy.
Oh, well, he's clearly already going to be the crazy kid.
Yeah.
But
nobody's ever going to go hang out with him. They're going to be like, his mom is insane.
Dude, his mom will invoice you.
Yeah.
But in a very passive-aggressive way. Like, she sends the invoice home with the kid.
Yeah, in his backpack.
In his backpack. How messed up is that?
Yeah,
Instead of calling...
just imagine her like, hey, Timmy, come over here for a second. I've got a thing for your mom.
Yeah, just give this to your mom. Although I doubt it was that covert. She's probably like, you need to give this to your mom. You owe me $16.
Don't forget.
Yeah. Because I'll be by tomorrow to collect it.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, the teacher would pin it to your shirt. Like if you got like you had like some kind of behavioral problem, it was like on this red sheet of paper and it was pinned to your shirt.
It was a
like
howler.
Scarlet Letter
it's like
style.
The Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy smokes. Not that that ever happened to me.
Yeah, you would.
Right.
You would
well, the other kids in your class
obviously
had that issue.
Bastards.
It's just such an insane story to me. And the things that, like, I mean, have you guys seen the STFU parents blog?
STFU?
Yes. As in, shut the F up.
No.
This is a great blog. If you're ever just, like, annoyed with your friends posting stupid things about their kids on Facebook or things like that, just go to this and you'll feel better about life. And it's like all these people who post statuses and things like that about their kids, and they'll, like, think it's perfectly normal to do something crazy, supposedly in defense of their child. They're like, I'm just being a mama bear, LOL. And you're like, no, you're being a nut job. You're a sociopath. Well, I don't know. Parents are weird. I don't understand them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quit Facebook because I was tired of seeing everybody's families. I was like, I don't like people. I don't like kids.
Yeah. I just realized I hate families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you smiling about? I don't care.
You wipe that stupid smile off
Yeah.
your face right this second.
And then
Although-
he turned
but,
on
like-
his Morrissey.
Right. But if it's Reddit, I can look at adorable cats and dogs and whatever. I can look at cute animals doing amazing things all day long. But
You just need to be in
It's-
control of it.
yeah.
You
So
can't have
Justin
the
needs a Facebook
algorithm.
of only pet articles.
Right.
Yeah, like a pet book. It'd be awesome.
That should be a thing. Oh my
That
God.
has
Although
to be
I
a
like
thing.
the word pets because she's more like my family than a pet.
Yeah, I can't help you with that Facebook then. If you're not willing to acknowledge your animal as a pet, then
I can't.
can't do
She's my baby girl.
it. What is she?
She's half boxer, half Argentine dogo. There she is.
Argentine dogo. I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
you're
like a-
making things up.
She's pretty cute.
No, it's true. It's
What-
Argentinian. You wouldn't understand.
It's true. I'm not cultured enough to know what a dogo is.
She's a
That just
little
sounds like you added O to dog. And that's like people pretending to speak Spanish. Ew, el dogo.
That's how it works. Hello.
She is quite
She was
cute.
a little rescue. Her name was Kiona. We call her Kiona Reeves. Not really. I do sometimes.
Not really. I
It
love
works.
that.
Story.
It really is. That is a perfect fan cave story right there.
Oh my gosh, this just went from like Corey accusing you of speaking white people Spanish to your Keanu Reeves, but not really. We don't really call it.
Yeah, we don't actually. That's not a thing that happens, but it is right now.
We like whisper it. We side it.
We don't want to give her a complex. Here.
Well,
Here's an Argentine dogo.
On that note, now that we've learned about a new dog, supposedly,
Google it.
I will do that.
Challenge
Ooh.
accepted.
Yeah. I'm gonna add it into Urban Dictionary as gringo dog.
White people way of speaking Spanish.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Justin.
Hey, thanks for having me. It was
Yes.
amazing.
It was a delight to have you here, to sometimes agree with us.
Yeah.
And I'll, maybe we'll have you back even though you insulted Pain and Gain.
What? Oh, yeah. The terrible movie. That's number 3. Does that help? It's the higher number.
It's slightly better than Shark Tale. So
Yeah.
It's not really saying a whole lot though.
it's,
So
well, anyways, thanks everybody for listening as well to our 48th episode, 2 to the Big 5-0. That is crazy pants. If you want to read with us, make sure that you follow us on the Goodreads with the Fan Cave Fiction Club. There's just 10 more days till we get together to discuss the amazing adventures of Cavalier and Clay on the Google+. So join us, read it. It'll be a good time. Little Michael Chabon. Follow us also on the Twitter and Facebook, Electric Fan Cave. We have our very own Facebook now. We're still getting used to it, but, we're getting there. We're getting there. And make sure you can, recommend things for us on there, just like Brienne did with her Macklemore photo this week. Did I miss anything, Kristin?
I don't think so.
Oh, of course, Geek Legacy. Where do we find you, Justin?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I forgot.
Oh, yeah, this guy. He's not one of us.
World Wide Web.
On the World
You
Wide
can
Web.
find this at geeklegacy.com for your geek news and reviews. We do have a sort of a podcast network. There is the Geek Legacy podcast. There is the Comic Corner podcast, where they talk about what's going on in the world of comic books. And then there is the Pixelated podcast, where it highlights a week's worth of video game news. It's a
Excellent.
blast.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
listen to us and you're like, gosh, I disagree with everything they say, at Geek Legacy, follow them.
Pretty much.
All right. Well,
So
for
if you
this,
too hated Pain and Gain,
Yeah.
follow Justin.
Well, actually, I'm the only one on the podcast that hates that movie.
I
Everyone,
haven't seen it. Oh, you mean on your podcast?
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, never mind then. That was a bad example.
I'm the
Yes.
weirdo.
And then your Twitter handle is
It's at Edgy Armo, because I am Armenian.
And edgy.
And it's so dang. Like a used car salesman kind of way. If I had hair,
Edgy in a
like the
used-
back.
I was like so super slimy and creepy.
Yeah, like I wear a lot of gold chains and
And your chest hair is coming
Yeah,
out.
there's a
It's
lot
like,
of-
yeah, I have like 3 chests. I'm the worst Armenian ever. I have a couple of eyebrows, and that's about. I have,
You
some
have a
dark
couple of eyebrows. How many eyebrows do Armenians usually have?
yeah.
A normal Armenian has like 6,000, and I have like 2, and that's it.
Good times.
Okay.
No,
Weird.
well,
It's
for
getting weirder
it's
as it
weird.
goes.
I love it. I love weird. For
Me
this
too.
week, I'm Corrigan Vaughn.
And I'm Kristin Laterell.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
I look like a convict, so
I
I
was
had
gonna
to.
say that's it. Being like a white dude, you got to be real careful about the bick in the head. You know.
Yeah, it was not cool, and it was so white, it was ridiculous.
Even mine is.
White.
Did you have
Yeah.
a tan line like here?
I did. It was bad. Yeah. I hated every second. Luckily, it goes back fast. So.
Oh, that's
For about 2 weeks, I hated myself, and it was
Everything
rough.
you stood for.
Yeah, I hate my
I was like,
decision-making process.
Listening to Morrissey and cut myself. It was bad.